Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch, and today we are taking another look here at the eclipse forecast for tomorrow morning. Saturday should be coming on shore of the Pacific Northwest here at about 9:20 Pacific Daylight Time, and you can see the track of it here as it moves across Nevada, Utah, New Mexico, and Texas. So you need to be in this band here if you want to see the moon get completely over the sun, but everywhere across the lower 48, even a little bit of Hawaii here, we'll see a partial eclipse of this if the clouds play nice. So jumping right into things here, just a reminder that you have to have eye protection on. It will damage your eyes if you are looking at this when you are viewing this eclipse coming up here. This is not going to be totality here, and especially if you're looking through any kind of telescope or camera. As you can see, the eclipse glasses will not be sufficient if you are looking at that unless you have some kind of a solar filter on. So anyway, here we are looking at the European. Let's roll this back here a little bit, and we can see the clouds off the coastline here. We get the system moving through tonight and in through tomorrow morning, and then we clear out a little bit here early Saturday morning, but then we've got high clouds mainly from the next system approaching the coastline. As you can see, a lot of Washington and Oregon are kind of obscured, but a lot of this is high clouds. So you may still get a peek at the eclipse for some of these areas, and the better chances you go through eastern Oregon here on into Nevada, the better your odds are of going to be able to see this eclipse. But let's take a look here at the cloud cover layers. You can see low cloud cover by the time the eclipse is rolling in here. There is some obscuration, but there are also some clearing here west of the Cascades. You look at mid-level clouds, same thing there as well. But the high clouds tend to be what's really coming in with the next system here. So hopefully there's going to be some breaks so the clouds will be thin enough that you can see the eclipse as we go on into the morning on Saturday here. Here's the NAM3 cam. Similar to look here. You got low, high, mid, and total there. And you can see there are some breaks in some of the clouds here as we go through about 10 a.m. here. If I back this up this is 9 a.m. here. So you can kind of see there is still the chance here across Western Oregon and Washington to get lucky and get a break there, the eclipse. But the better chances, if you can get off to Nevada here, you're definitely going to see, I shouldn't say definitely, but you have a much better chance of being able to see this eclipse across Utah and portions of northern Arizona, New Mexico, and down through Texas. Looks much better for the eclipse viewing. Here's a simulated infrared satellite imagery on the NAM3 cam, high resolution model. You can see the system moving in as we go through this afternoon today across the Pacific Northwest and starting to spread some precipitation, especially through the overnight hours. And then as we go about 8 a.m., 9 a.m. Saturday, you can see the next cloud starting to arrive here with that next system. So it could be kind of hit and miss for some areas there, but it's a little bit better than what it looked like a few days ago. And especially if you can get across eastern Oregon or Nevada on into Utah, you're going to have a lot better time seeing this eclipse. This is looking at composite reflectivity on the NAM as we go through the day today. You can see some of this precipitation moving onshore as we go through this afternoon coming up here. And then the good thing is that kind of clears out, but then the clouds from the next system start to arrive in time for the eclipse. So that's going to kind of be the big player. But again, a lot of those will be high clouds, so don't give up hope just yet. Go ahead and take a look outside when the eclipse is occurring at about 9 a.m. here coming up. And this is looking at the HER, the 3KM. There goes the system rolling through. Pretty good model agreement with how this is going to unfold. We're going to get the system through the area, but then it's going to be the clouds with the next system that are going to be the issue. There's about 9 a.m. there, so you can see the high clouds, the simulated infrared satellite imagery on the HER 3KM as we go through Saturday morning shown there. Now looking at the European, one more look at things here. This is yesterday afternoons. Again, the system rolls through and then the high clouds. So pretty good model agreement on what is going to unfold tomorrow morning. And maybe those clouds will hold off a little bit more. Who knows? I mean, sometimes it happens, right? And this is looking, again, I've been showing this the last few days, but this is an annular solar eclipse for Seattle. You can see it's going to block out a significant portion of the sun by the time you get towards about 9:19 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time for Seattle. And you can see that will wrap up right about 10:39 there or so. And you can see Los Angeles, again, going to block out a pretty decent portion of the sun, not quite as much as Seattle or places north. Las Vegas, a little bit better here, but you can kind of see how they've got this time down to the minute here. And that eclipse should end about 10:55 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time for Las Vegas. Here's Albuquerque, New Mexico. You're going to be in that annular eclipse. The moon will get right over the sun, but it's not going to block things out fully here, as I've been mentioning in the last few days. That's about 10:30 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time there, and that will come to a wrap at about just after noon there, Mountain Daylight Time. San Antonio, again, you're going to be getting that full blockage or as much as possible with this setup coming up here, but it is not totality again. And Dallas, kind of a look at what's going to come here, blocking off a significant portion of the sun by about 11:56 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Denver, something similar there as well. And I wanted to share this for Honolulu. Check it out a little bit as the sun, right as the sun is rising there. Could be kind of an interesting look at things here. So if you are out there in Hawaii and you see that, you might catch the moon rising with the sun there. That would be quite interesting looking here, because things get amplified when you're looking through all that atmosphere here when you're watching a sunrise, for example. So if you can get in a cloud-free area in Hawaii, you might get a very interesting shot of the sun rising there with the moon. So that might be kind of cool, right? And this is looking, if you want to get in that full annular solar eclipse, Eugene will be in it. It's just right there on the just north of Medford here. So I-5 corridor, you can see from just kind of Corvallis south towards Medford there. And then as you track across Nevada, so you can see where you have to be to actually see this annular eclipse there. You can kind of see Albuquerque in a prime spot for it as well as Roswell, New Mexico, Midland, Texas, San Antonio, etc., out towards the Gulf of Mexico. And this is a wider view of things here. You can see how that partial eclipse just clips Hawaii there, and it gets portions of Alaska, all the lower 48 as well. It's going to see some portion of it, a partial eclipse here, if the clouds play nice, that is. And this is a nice graphic here from Portland. You can kind of see the expectations for clouds better. Of course, the chances you go towards southeast Oregon here as well. But yeah, interesting stuff here. Get out there and hopefully some photographers get some nice shots here. And maybe we'll catch a lucky break here across western Oregon, western Washington, and be able to see that. This is Salt Lake City as well. And you can kind of see which towns and cities will be in that annular eclipse area here. So, yep. Anyway. And don't forget about that 2024 April one, set up for that. The 4 full minutes of totality with this eclipse coming up here. So, you're going to have a lot of time to kind of bask in the moon blocking out the complete sun in this track here. Very interesting stuff. I'm going to try to be down there for it as well, April 2024 again. So anyway, yeah, thanks you guys for watching these videos here. Go ahead and check out the daily briefings. Check out the California Weather Watch page here as well. And maybe I'll do another eclipse one briefly tomorrow, because we'll look at the clouds in real time as they're approaching the coastline. Maybe I'll get up early enough to do that. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow during the normal briefings, and I'll see you then.